Time for another Q&A, but first I want to tell you about my new merch I've launched on Teespring. After making merch on Bonfire and then posting a shitty ad about it, I decided that I'd make a better merch store on Teespring once all the Bonfire campaigns expired. Now I've made a wider selection of merch items from fleece blankets to die-cut stickers to phone cases and more. And of course I still have t-shirts and mugs for sale as well, so go ahead and check that out in my new merch store. The link is in the description. Alright, 500T commented, "What company and model is your 3D printer?" It is a Hicktop or Creality CR10, I believe. It says also, "Can you add a Scream Master?" But it's going to be hard because they have a 6/8 port chopper and there is no vids, I think, or sounds of a 6/8 chopper. The 6/8 chopper would probably sound like it's 12/9 port but lower pitched. And I know what the Scream Master looks like. It's one of Los Angeles' Siren. It looks kind of like a Model 2. Neil Prasad 1905 commented, "Have you ever heard of a Tritone Gents World War II air raid siren, 15, 12, 10 port?" Yes, I have heard of that, but it's actually, I think it's 10, 15, 12, 10. I think it's got 4 tones, but 2 tones I believe are 10 port. Kind of like Tyler Davis's Triton siren, which is 12/9 on one side and then 12/8 on the other side. But it's technically quad tone, but at the same time it's tritone because it only has 3 different rows of ports. So therefore it only has 3 tones. And no, I have not drawn it yet, but I have heard them go off. It sounds rather interesting. It sounds like a Carter air raid siren with the standard 1210, but with a 3rd tone. Have you seen any video of dual-mounted sirens? Yeah, well, I didn't until I looked at your link, and I didn't know what it meant. At first I thought you were talking about sirens with 2 poles, but it turns out you're actually talking about sirens stacked on top of each other, which I think is kind of weird. Like, I don't know why you'd do that. Why not just put the sirens next to each other if you're going to use 2 sirens? What's the point of sticking one on top of another? Have you seen a YouTube video of an omnidirectional 10/7 port Cyrex siren? And if yes, have you drawn it? No, I have not drawn it, but I think I have seen the 10/7 port omnidirectional Cyrex. It sort of looks like a Model 5 with bigger shrouds, I think, and it sounds just like a Cyrex, but it's not rotational, it's omnidirectional. And have you heard of the Unipex Music Chime console, apart from the Toa Melodix? Yes, I have heard of the Unipex Music Chime, but I kind of think of it as just sort of a rip-off of the Melodix. And it uses just plain old SD cards rather than a customized shape like the Melodix uses, so therefore it's not as unique as the Melodix, because it uses just plain old SD cards. Also, the Unipex Music Chime has like a display on it that displays all the song titles in Japanese, and it's got like more bells and whistles and buttons and stuff on it, so it's harder to use the Unipex Music Chime, especially if you don't speak Japanese, than it would be to use the Melodix, because the Melodix is just 4 buttons and then a little numbers screen display next to it, next to the buttons, and the number corresponds with the song it plays. So at least that's with the ML1000 anyway. With the ML304B, it has 4 different slots for 4 different cards, but I already know which song is which number on which cards, so it doesn't really matter if it's labeled in Japanese unless it's a custom card. Then you have to Google Translate it, but yeah. And each slot has a start button over it. Gone with the Wind commented, "I have a question for the next Q&A. What is the story behind the Blastrific 9000 siren? I really like how it looks, and I think that there should be a Blastrific 6000 and 3000 sirens." I don't know, it just kind of came to my head when I was envisioning custom sirens. I don't really know what came to me for the Blastrific 9000. It just kind of popped into my head. So, yeah, but I could imagine that the 9000 is a tall rectangular tray thing. So the 6000 would probably be more square-like, and then the 3000 would be a bit more sideways rectangle, probably. Skyruden commented, "Please don't miss this for 17K. How do I send you my siren drawings when I make some?" You can just put them in like a Google Drive and then send me the link, but you have to make sure you allow viewing access to it, or else when I access the link, it'll block me, and then I won't be able to draw it. That's what happened when DRJ 2006 or whatever sent me his VibraPod and Vibra Tower siren drawings. He sent me the link, and I accessed it, and it was blocked because he forgot to allow me viewing access. So I sent him an email asking for viewing access, and he fixed it so I could draw the sirens, and therefore I drew them. So yeah. Suburban Storms commented, question for 17,000 subscribers. What inspired you to do this, and how do you get the scripts? He was asking me what inspired me to do Tornado Siren Madness. There was this old cartoon series that a lot of siren enthusiasts used to do years ago called Random Siren Insanity. And after watching some of those, it inspired me to start doing my own under the name Tornado Siren Madness. If you watch some of the really early and old Tornado Siren Madness episodes on my channel, you'll realize they have a similar resemblance to Random Siren Insanity. And then when fans started sending in scripts, the Tornado Siren Madness series started getting a bit more of a storyline with it. So yeah. The Big Train Guy commented, hey BSP, also for your 17k subs, I have a question. What text-to-speech voice did you use for Hurricane in the Random Siren Shorts 1? I think that was Dave, the Vokey voice. Yeah, I think that was Dave, the Vokey voice. You know, Vokey, the website I use for the voices in most of the Random Siren Shorts videos. So yeah. Yeah, I think that was Dave. Unknown Mist commented, 2001, and do you guys have an SD10 or P50 siren where you live? I think there's an SD10 in Westmont, but obviously that's really far away from where I live, and we don't have any P50s in Omaha. I think I remember seeing a video of the SD10 from Westmont somewhere on YouTube. I think Nate J recorded it or something. And the SD10's like near the Westmont Springfield division. And the SD10's like, the head's like up in some trees somewhere. Neil Prasad 1905 commented, cool, a Toa chime, electronic chime program in TSM. Also the most exotic TSM episode ever. Yeah, that chime console you saw in the farm episode Tornado Siren Madness actually wasn't a Toa chime console. It was a custom chime console I designed myself that doesn't exist in real life. It's called the Chime Station. And here's what the Chime Station looks like next to a Melodix, because I also drew a Toa Melodix as well, so you can compare the sizes. Anyways, that's all the questions and answers I have for this Q&A. This is Broken Solar Panel signing off.